अस्सलाम वालेकुम गाइस। तो क्या हाल चाल है आप सबका। और अगर आपकी लैंग्वेज में बोलें तो नमस्ते गाइस। तो आज हम जिस वीडियो पे रिएक्ट करने वाले हैं उसका टाइटल है 10 अमेजिंग फैक्ट्स अबाउट बॉलीवुड। तो देखते हैं कौन कौन से अमेजिंग फैक्ट्स जो हैं बॉलीवुड के बारे में इस वीडियो में बताए गए हैं। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। सो लेट्स गो।
Hey everybody, welcome back to FTD Facts. This is the new generation of class. School made fun. Now get your pen and pads out, your laptops, your cell phones, take some notes because we're exploring the world of Bollywood. So Dave gave you the heads up that I'll be working on this video, facts about Bollywood, and it's a very interesting industry. Well, not just Bollywood, but Indian film on a whole. We're gonna talk about the differences as this video goes on, so stay tuned. And guys, if you enjoy watching movies, let me know by hitting that like button. Big thanks to Adiraj Jolly for requesting us to do a video on Bollywood. We saw your comment, we made sure that we kept you in mind to make this video. Thanks for being awesome and being a supporter of FTD Facts. Now in this video, I'm not going to be speaking too much about specific Bollywood stars, but rather I'll be speaking on the history of Bollywood and Indian films in general, as well as the impact that the Bollywood industry is having on the world. Now before we get started, I want to know, what are some of your favorite movies? Let me know, boom, down there. They can be Bollywood films or just films in general. Now the movie PK is the highest grossing Indian film. The film worldwide grossed 792 crore rupees, or simply 792 crores. Now keep in mind guys that 10 million rupees equal 1 crore rupee. So 792 crore rupees is 7,920,000,000 rupees, which works out to be $127 million US. Dang, my brain's on fire with all that math. At the time of filming this video, the highest earning Bollywood actor is... well, it's a tie between two top earners. Here we have Amitabh Bachchan. According to the latest numbers, he made $37.5 million. So he was the #1 earning actor in Bollywood, but he was the 7th in the world. Also, the actor Salman Khan took home $37.5 million. And he's also 7th in the world. Now the #2 for the highest earning actor in Bollywood is Akshay Kumar. He brought in $32.5 million and he's 9th in the world. Followed by #3, Shah Rukh Khan. He brought in $26 million and he's 18th in the world. So this goes to show you the impact that the Bollywood industry is having on the world. 3 people are on the top 10 richest actors in the world. Hollywood, these guys are coming for you and fast.
अरे जा अपना काम कर, देख नहीं रहा कितना परेशान है आदि आदि आदि.
So we talked about the richest actors in Bollywood, but what about the ladies? What are some of the top earning actresses in Bollywood? #1 is Deepika Padukone. Not Padukone, Padukone. Everybody pronounced her last name wrong. Now, Deepika Padukone, she's not just India's top paid actress, but she's also the top 10 highest paid actress in the world. This is all according to the most recent data from Forbes. She brought in $10 million according to the latest numbers, making her the 10th highest paid actress in the world, but #1 in Bollywood. #2 is Kareena Kapoor Khan. She brought in $7.5 million. And in the 3rd spot is the ever so lovely Priyanka Chopra. She brought in $6.7 million. Now, did you know that the first ever full-length Indian film was Raja Harishchandra? It was released in 1913. Now, the film is a silent film based on the legend of Raja Harishchandra, who's a legendary king, and the most famous of the stories that he was involved in is where he gave away his kingdom, sold his family, and agreed to be a slave, all to fulfill a promise that he made to the sage named Vishwamitra. Okay, so Bollywood clearly is a play on the word Hollywood, but most specifically the name, of course, yes, it has a part of Hollywood in it, but also has the Indian city of Bombay, so Bollywood. Now it's interesting to note that it's no longer called Bombay, it's now Mumbai. Bombay was the official name until 1995. Now we see where the word Bollywood came from, but when did people start using the word Bollywood? The term Bollywood was coined back in the 1970s when Indian cinema overtook America as the world's largest film producer. So there's Hollywood, there's Bollywood, but have you heard of Tollywood? Yeah, it's an actual thing. Back in 1932, the name Tollywood was coined for the Bengali film industry due to Taligunj rhyming with Hollywood. And because at that time, Taligunj was the center of Indian film. Bombay then later took over Taligunj and became India's center for film. Now this next fact is very important because a lot of times people confuse Bollywood with Indian film and kind of use them synonymously. But every film that comes out of India is not necessarily a Bollywood film, and I'll explain. Bollywood is the informal name given to the Mumbai-based Hindi language film industry in India. Now Bollywood is dominant because the majority of people in India speak Hindi. So naturally, Bollywood is just going to appeal to more people. More people speak that language, and there's more people to produce Hindi films. But there's also Bollywood. Bollywood is a Punjabi language film industry in India. And there's also Sandalwood. Now that one refers to the Kannada language film industry in India. And there's many other names that derive from Hollywood. There's a lot, just too much to list. Now early in this video, we talked about the first Indian film that was produced. But what about the first Indian film produced in color? That film was Kishan Kanya back in 1937. This film is largely remembered for being India's first indigenously made color film. The movie was based on a novel by Sadat Hassan Manto, and it focuses on the struggles of poor farmers. That was also a silent film. Now, the first Indian film released with sound is Alam Ara, and that was released back in 1931.
टाइम खलास ओके बॉस अभी तो हमको इधर का खाना पसंद नहीं है अभी तो हम ताजमहल होटल का खाना खाएगा.
So there you have it. Those are some of your facts on Bollywood and the Indian film industry on a whole. This to me was mind-blowing. Like this Bollywood and Indian film could dominate Hollywood. This could be #1 in the world one day. They already produce way more films than Hollywood. They just don't make as much money, nor are they considered the standard of film. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. Be sure to follow me on social media as well as check out some of our other videos, and be sure to leave a request. We'll see you guys next time in another video where we talk about everything and everything. I'm Leroy Kenton. Boom.
तो गाइस अगर बात करें वीडियो की, तो वीडियो में कुछ ऐसे फैक्ट्स थे जिनके बारे में मैं ऑलरेडी जानता था और कुछ थे जिनके बारे में मैं नहीं जानता था। तो जैसे हम बात करें सलमान खान की और अमिताभ बच्चन की, तो उनकी इनकम जो है वो इनकम के लिहाज से वो नंबर 7 पे आते हैं, और इसके बरक्स अगर शाहरुख खान की बात करें तो वो नंबर 18 पे आते हैं। मेरा ख्याल था कि शाहरुख खान जो है वो टॉप 10 में उनका नाम जो है वो लाजमी होगा, क्योंकि मैं उनका बहुत बड़ा फ़ैन हूँ, पर मुझे उनकी इनकम के बारे में इतना नहीं पता था। हाँ, तो आज मैंने देखा कि वो 18 नंबर पे उनका नाम है अपनी इनकम के लिहाज से वर्ल्ड में। और अगर बात करें हम मुंबई की, तो मुंबई शहर का मुझे ऑलरेडी पता था कि इसका नाम जो था वो पहले बॉम्बे था, जिसको बाद में चेंज करके मुंबई रख दिया गया था। तो कुछ ऐसे फैक्ट्स थे जिनके बारे में मैं नहीं जानता था, जैसे टॉलीवुड जो है उसको मेरा ख्याल था कि तमिल मूवीज़ को टॉलीवुड कहते हैं, लेकिन बंगाली मूवीज़ को जो है वो टॉलीवुड कहा जाता है। ये भी एक इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट जो था मुझे आज नज़र आया। तो उम्मीद है आपको मेरी आज की वीडियो पसंद आई होगी। तो वीडियो को लाइक, शेयर और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिएगा, और साथ ही साथ बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दीजिएगा ताकि आपको मेरी वीडियोस मिलती रहें टाइम से। और स्टे हैप्पी, स्प्रेड पीस। इंडिया रहें या पाकिस्तान रहें, खुश रहें, आबाद रहें। अल्लाह हाफिज़।